Hello and welcome to this overview. Expense reports. We've got about 15 reports to look at. 15 reports to look at. Basically all about expenses. Now we'll start with G4. G4 because G4 is a summary of G1 is a summary of G3 and G4. So let's start with G4. Subcontractor counts. Now there are no transactions on that one. Let's get onto this one. Let's look at G4. Yes, we got some transactions on this one. How many accounts? There's about 3-4 accounts used, and then there's a total at the bottom. Now the total at the bottom is what we find. Let's see, that total at the bottom is how much? That is 202. That's the value that we find on the summary account and the notes to the value that we find on the notes to financial statements and the actual profit and loss account. So this is the report. The report code is G4, subcontractor counts. Now next to that one, we'll look at G3. G3, the stock and material accounts, 21 to 44. That's report G3, and it shows all the detailed transactions, and it also shows the sum of balances for all accounts in the category. Now remember, there is a guide on each of the reports at the top. Remember to click for that guide. And then that's the G4. And then finally, we'll look at report G1. This is report G1. Now, G1 is a summary of G3 and G4. We're looking at a busy business with lots of transactions. So this one brings, it lists quarterly balances for the respective accounts on a single display, starting with balances brought forward: first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and then the final, including year-end adjustments, and then the final balance. Now we also have a link to the detailed reports. You click that one and it takes you to report G4. Did we click? Let me see. Yes, we clicked and it takes you to report G4. We come back to the summary, and then you click G3 to go to report G3. And then when we click back, it takes us back to the summary. It takes us back to the summary. Okay, let's continue with our recording. So that is the report G1. Now above here, we've got balances that contribute to note 3 that we find on the profit and loss account, and then below here we have balances that contribute to note 4 that we also find on the profit and loss account. So at the very bottom is the final figure that we find. We remember we saw the 202, and that is the 2634. You find both figures on the report on the financial statement, on the profit and loss account. That is report B1. Yeah, so some bit of detail to make it self-explanatory. Now after that, we proceed to report G5, which is actually the detailed report, detailed transactions recorded on accounts 50 up to 62. That this is where you find it. Detailed transactions to support the summary figures that we find in the financial statements. Actually, this one is supposed to support the balance figures listed on report B4, which is the notes to the financial statements. And then below that, let's see, click the wrong one. Let's see, yeah, it should scroll up here. Below G5, we find G6, which is motor and travel expenses. Motor and travel expense accounts, account 63 to 79. That is where you find the detailed transactions for the whole financial year for each of the accounts. And then next we find premises cost accounts, accounts 80 up to 95. All their transactions are found on this account. That is the detail. And of course, beyond these detailed accounts, we would need to go to the actual source documents. Now, G9 is administrative expense accounts 106 up to 120. This is where you find the detailed transactions and the balancing of accounts to support figures. And then we'll look at G10 is promotion and expense accounts. Accounts number 121 to 129. 121 to 129. So this is where you find accounts with the detailed transactions, document numbers, and so on. Then let's look at the next report, which is G11, interest charge accounts number 130 to 139. 130 to 139. Remember, this is a quick overview. We're just having a quick overview. When you get the free version of the app, then take your time. Then after that, we'll look at finance charge accounts. There is bad debt accounts, professional cost accounts, and other expense accounts. So let's look at that one. G16, accounts 175 up to 180. This is where you find the detailed transactions regarding that account. So that one brings us to the end of expense accounts. Thank you.